I mean, come on.
You just don't want to talk about how boring your last week was, don't you?
This has nothing to do with anything. And that's basically why I say hello there and welcome to the AWKWARDCast. A&Y and Keyframe wonder about random dribble. And today, probably even on YouTube, we will see later, with faces! Hello, this is me. And there's even a chat that is happening live. We probably have now to actually have an eye on the chat, because if they do something improper, we need to edit it out for YouTube. Or me, it's not good. I don't like it. Anyways, how was you? How was your week, Keyframe?
My week. Why don't you talk about your week first? Because my week is just the pantheon of stories that we've had on the AWKWARDcast so far. I said, why don't we talk about your week? Because my story is like the pantheon of stories that we've had for the AWKWARDcast so far.
Oh, okay. I believe you used this excuse multiple times so far, but okay, let's roll with it. This week, actually not a lot of big things happened. I had a rather chill weekend, and during the week it's usually mainly work. However, this week my workout started, my new workout routine, for which I was preparing by eating a lot for the last 2 weeks. Because as my coworker keeps reminding me and everybody else around us at the office, the intake is too low. We need to eat more. The intake is too low, and our colleagues are by now. Our colleagues have a blast with us. With our constant complaint and with our chicken rice we eat every day. And well, today was the 4th day of my first week of the new workout, which included a lot. First of all, it included daily workout, not the bi-daily like I used to do it until now for the last 3 years, and a completely different program. While I did my long bars exercises for the last 3 years, which were kind of routine and which have a bigger focus on endurance. So you do it for an hour and you do the single exercises for the single parts of the body, like 5 minutes, which is obviously you use lower weights so that you can actually make it through the 5 minutes. Now, the new routine is basically about going to your limits, putting on bigger weights and stuff. I'm in pain. I have been in pain constantly for the last 2 days. I mean, the first day was fine. On Monday we did some core stuff with not core actually. What did he call it? Bulk? I don't know. With dumbbells stuff. Like one of those dumbbells I had in each hand was basically as heavy as the long bar I usually use for the long workout. So this was a little step up in my routine.
I mean, yeah.
Like twice the weight. But then, of course, it was not 5 minutes, but do 12 of them, or 8, I believe. I don't know, where am I documented it somewhere. But do like 8 of those, take a break. Another 8, so completely different workout. But yeah, I already felt it a little bit like, achy, whiny. But yeah, it really started when we did HIIT on Tuesday. Which already started to make me to do, because I use muscles I never trained before. So basically, the inside of my upper legs, when I'm sitting, it's fine. The moment I stand up, it's like, So yeah, this is probably why I'm stay like this for the rest of the podcast, and then at some point I will just fall asleep, and then in the morning I still have to stand up after all, because and the bad thing is I need to go to work by bike because I'm too stubborn to use the train.
Well, I mean, like, I guess that I could use this to segue into my week, because, like, I mean, 2 cool workout related things that happened this week is what I do. I've explained it in the pre-show. I don't know if I explained it in the actual show. My main part of my workout is cardio because I'm trying to lose weight. And then I do strength training to tone everything. But like for cardio, I do 5 miles. And 20 minutes of doing that is intervals where I do slow speed, super high speed, slow speed, super high speed. And Sunday, I actually beat my record. Because when I first started the program, which was beginning of April, I would say, I could do 5 miles with no incline, so I'm not going up. I'm just ground level in about 2 hours and 45 minutes. I was able to do 5 miles on an incline in an hour and a half. So I basically cut an hour and 15 minutes, which is like, it's a lot though, because it's being able to do that distance in a short amount of time, because that means you have to turn up the speed and everything, which I was not able to have the endurance to do. And then the other thing is, my weight is now officially, I've lost 20 pounds since March. What?
No, it's like you lost like 20 pounds, which is like a big achievement, like a number you can actually show off with. I'm trying to gain weight and I have like gained 1 kilogram or something, or 2.
Dude,
maybe.
I've been doing this for like 3 months though. You've been doing it for 2 weeks.
No, I believe I started eating more a bit before that. I don't know.
Point being, different apples and oranges when it comes to that. But like, yeah. But oh my God, yesterday I was like, I want to see how far my threshold is. I regret that so badly. First I did my leg lifts, which is like there's a bar, and then I put my legs under it, and then I have to lift it up so my legs would be parallel to like my waist, like right here. And I did it on 130 pounds. I don't know how much that is in kilos, but like,
I believe pounds to kilogram is rule of thumb half.
Well, there you go. So 65 kilos. So there you go. That was fine. But then I went to go do the cardio. Because they say do strength training before you do cardio, because then your body's all warmed up and wants to burn things. I was like, I'm going to do the highest incline and go like 5.5 miles an hour for my intervals. By the end of the intervals, the 20 minutes, I stopped the thing. I was just standing on the thing, and thank God no one else was in the gym, because I just let out the biggest scream. I was like, ha! I was like, it was like, why did I do this? I still continued the workout. I did 3 miles because I was like, you know what? No, I still did 5 miles. It just took me longer because I lowered the speed. I was like, you know what? Let's not do that again, Christine. But you learned. You are not at that level yet.
Good point. Because my coworker, who is my training buddy, managed to knock himself out yesterday. So today he couldn't join me for training because he already hurt himself. Because he overdid it. Because, well, I have worked out for the last 3 years, so I'm on a good level. It was not muscle, but on a good level fitness-wise. He hasn't. And so he basically not just stretched, but actually ripped something.
Oh, ripped like a tendon or something. Ugh. But, no, besides that, my actual story, because, hoo boy, this week has been kind of like a heart rate monitor. It went up, and then it went down, and then it went right back up again. Because, like, Sunday was fine, because that's with the workout stuff. And then Monday was and then Tuesday, you knew about Tuesday, because I talked to you about it, to not go into much detail. Annoying people saying really gross stuff, and I was like, I'm just, today doesn't exist anymore. Just no.
Yeah.
And when
6 days are fine per week. Who needs the 7th?
I mean, yeah. But the big thing was when Wednesday started, I woke up in the morning and I was checking Twitter, and I followed this little Scooby-Doo news thing, and it was like, today is the 15th anniversary of when the first live-action movie came out. And I was like,
wow,
cool.
So old?
I know. I feel older than what I am because I remember the movie coming out. And so I retweeted it. And then this one follower of mine was like, but nobody likes that movie. And I'm like, I do. And he's like, oh, okay, everyone has their opinions. Here's where it gets started. The guy who played Fred in the movie, Freddie Prinze Jr., actually replied.
Whoa. Okay.
Like, verified Twitter and everything, and he was like, haha, and then had some laughing emojis. And, and I didn't know what to say. I was like, what? Huh? But so I was doing what a usual key thing is. I made a terrible joke. I was like, hey, Freddie. Because his real name is Freddie, it makes it so much better. He's like, hey, Freddie, don't tweet while driving the Mystery Machine, okay? And he was like, this is the funniest joke I've seen on Twitter. This is when this story branches off into two paths. Let's go to the nice path that ends quicker. I was like, oh, thanks, dude. I was like, oh, thanks. You're a swell dude. Keep being awesome. I was being nice. Mm-hmm. And he was like, you be swell-like as well. And I'm like, Freddie called me swell. I was so happy. Here's the other pathway. The follower of mine thought Freddie was replying to him. Aww. So he was like, really? Because I think I'm a terrible comedian. I need to find the actual tweet, because this cannot be paraphrased. It has to be read word for word. Where is it? Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. No, not you. The other person. You simply said nobody liked a movie that made nearly $1 billion. I would never accuse you of being funny.
Oh, burn.
And then the follower guy was like, oh, okay, thank you. And Freddie Prinze Jr. was like, oh, always here to help. # Professor Prince. # class dismissed. I'm already kind of sitting here watching this like, what? And then to put the cherry on top of the sundae, Matthew Lillard, the guy who plays Shaggy, replied to Freddie Prinze Jr. to this entire thread, being like, yeah, believe that. And I'm like, I was sitting here for most of Wednesday, just sitting for like an hour, just staring at everything. Well, everyone, like, Brett saw it, Will saw it, the people in the domain saw it, and they're like, why is Freddie so savage? I'm just sitting here in silence like, this is the world giving me payback for how shitty Tuesday was. And I felt great. I was on air the entire day. So that was my week.
And I guess I will put a link to this exchange so people believe it for real into the description of the video on YouTube.
Oh yeah, I just retweeted it. So if people want to go to my Twitter, like during the stream,
or this, perfect.
Yeah, you'll see exactly Freddie's thing, and you can go and do that. And I retweeted when Fred called me swell, and I was like, Fred just called me swell. You all have to respect me now.
But
apparently
that
was my week.
Whatever happened to Freddie Prinze Jr.?
He's still doing stuff apparently, because I followed his Twitter afterwards, and he's like, I think he has like a podcast and stuff, but like.
But he completely disappeared from movies.
Apparently, he does a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff, from my knowledge, and also you don't really need to do much when your wife is fucking Buffy. So.
Oh, Freddie Prinze Jr. married Sarah Michelle Gellar. So they
were married.
The on-screen couple is actually a real life couple.
I know, and it makes me so. Every time I watch the Scooby-Doo movies, I always like to point out to people who don't know. You know, Fred and Daphne are actually married, and they're like, "No, that's just a rumor thing." And I'm like, "No, the actors are." And he's like, "He got with her," and I'm like, "I know."
Then again, Sarah Michelle Gellar isn't doing a lot anymore either. Now is she?
She does Robot Chicken, so that's something.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, her and Seth Green have known each other since Buffy, because I think Seth Green was in Buffy.
Yeah,
he was like
Seth Green was in the first few seasons the werewolf. I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually know Seth Green from Buffy because I watched Buffy a long time before Seth Green did his own shit. So
I actually knew Seth Green from It, because he was the child version of one of the kids.
Huh.
Yeah, that was the first time I saw Seth Green, and then I saw Seth Green afterwards in Scooby-Doo 2 because he was in that movie, and then I saw Robot Chicken, and I was like, huh.
Then again, you also maybe know Seth Green from Austin Powers. He's Dr. Evil's son.
Oh yeah, he was in that too.
He's Dr. Evil's son.
Yeah.
He was in a lot of stuff. I believe, wasn't he even a minor character in American Pie? No, I believe I'm mixing him up now. No, Willow was in American Pie.
Yeah, hold on. I'm actually just going to look up Seth Green's Wikipedia filmography. This is what the podcast is now. Oh, God, we're becoming more like the co-optional podcast where we just...
You see, this is why we need a guest. Somebody who can fill in while you looking stuff up, and I usually don't know what to do.
It's super fast, so I'm looking at his... God, his filmography is huge.
Yeah, but
he's been acting since 1984.
Wait, what?
How old is he?
Seth Green is doing stuff as long as I am alive?
Seth Green is 43 years old. You would not know that by looking at him.
43? He's like nearly 10 years older than me. Wow.
Wow. Yeah, he was the son in Austin Powers. He was in the Josie and the Pussycats movie. Huh. Oh yeah! I also remember him from Without a Paddle. I think that was a movie.
Doesn't ring a bell?
Oh, it's a bad movie.
Probably, and I probably might if it's a 90s movie, I probably know it by the German name, because back in the 90s...
It's one of those stoner dude where's my car kind of like comedies, but not funny.
So basically like Dude, Where's My Car?
Yeah, pretty much. I guess since we already went to Seth Green, what media have you consumed this week when you come home from being in pain?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I tried to, because it's currently on sale, XCOM 2 on Steam. Mm-hmm. So I actually bought it yesterday, then I installed it. The game is quite big, so the actual installation took forever, which is... Usually I buy a lot of indie games, so I'm used that I'm click like install, and while I close the window it's already completely installed. This one actually took like multiple minutes and I needed to wait and watch something. And well, then for the next 1.5 episodes of Dr. House, so I would say like the same amount of time in hours, I was stuck in the character creation screen, so I didn't really play that game. So XCOM 2 is not my medium of the week.
Okay, then what is?
I'm probably the last guy who came across them, but then again they only have 1.7 million subscribers on YouTube, so this is actually not that big among the real big ones. The Warp Zone. I also.
You just discovered the Warp Zone?
Yeah, I mean, are we talking about the same Warp Zone? The one
yes,
with...
these are the people who do
rap recaps.
They do like those acapella versions of TV show theme songs, because they had Daughter do Powerpuff Girls, they had Game Grumps do Transformers.
Doesn't ring a bell.
They had, huh?
I haven't come across those yet.
Oh, but they also do like video game songs. Like they did two like Resident Evil songs with Markiplier and Dodger, and Dodger's in a lot of them. No, actually thinking about it.
But yeah, I mean, what I saw from them, which occupied me like at least 2 entire evenings this week, was the rap recaps, where they recap movies in a 3-minute rap. Which, one of the first ones I came across was Harry Potter, where they recapped the plot of all 8 Harry Potter movies in 3 minutes. It was really next, and it's basically the last 2 verses of the rap were like, well, there are a lot of characters we didn't even address on, but what do you guys expect when we cover 8 movies in 3 minutes? True story.
That's very true.
They also had like, the Back in the Future one was also fun. Basically, if any of you follows my Twitter stream, just go back the last 3 or 4 days and you see like ANY liked the video, ANY liked the video, ANY liked the video, ANY liked the video, like Warp Zone.
Yeah, because it's either Warp Zone videos or it's 4-hour-long compilations of video game music.
Yes, and another one. I mean the rap recaps are a nice idea. At the end of the day, up until every now and then they had a little joke in it. Fine, they're a fun thing. But what really is amazing, like writing wise, funny wise, is if something had social media, like. If Nintendo had Facebook, if Marvel had Twitter, those kind of things, and
Not.
yeah, I mean, I only came across one that didn't make me roll over floor laughing because I simply didn't know the video games they used. So they actually do stuff with it which is fun. They do it sometimes on a meta level, where you see like if Marvel had Facebook, and you see an old image of Aquaman, like the not cool Aquaman from the 90s.
You mean if DC had Facebook?
Yes,
then?
exactly. That's what I said. I would not confuse Marvel and DC like that. So it's basically blip, and then we see the new one with Khal Drogo Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't reduce this actor on his one big role he played, not at all, no. But I also have no idea what his actual name is. But yeah, bloop, updated his profile pic, and everybody and all the female DC characters are like, oh my god, hottie, oh yeah, and going. So they sometimes make those jokes on meta levels. They sometimes do it like within universe, so that all the DC TV shows basically diss each other, the characters from within. And then sometimes they also have stuff which is just like all over the place, like all the Disney characters from the different Pixar movies dissing each other. All the princesses, right? Oh, perfect one. Beauty and the Beast. Mm-hmm. Beauty got engaged to or has a new boyfriend or whatever, and then the image of the transformed prince back to human. And then it's like 20 messages from the other Disney princesses like, oh yeah, oh he is so handsome, god, thank goodness you got rid of this old one, oh yeah, the old one's so abusive, yeah, what a dick, good thing for you, girl. And then at some point Belle like, girls, it's the same one. So please, I will link this particular playlist, the playlist of if XY had social media. I link this playlist. Watch it. Just watch it. It's hilarious. It's simply hilarious. You might have one where you are like, what's going on? Because it's simply one about characters or universes you are not familiar with. Skip it if you really don't get any of the jokes, but it's hilarious. And from there you can check out the Warp Zone and discover all the stuff I myself haven't discovered yet. Yeah.
Which is a lot of good stuff.
Apparently. So
I've been following the Warp Zone for about a year and a half now.
Yeah. I didn't know them. I mean, the name is not so original because, well, Warp Zone video game around since the 80s or 90s.
I think actually the way that I discovered Warp Zone, or maybe it may have been another way. I think Smosh featured them once, and then I found them through the Smosh, and I'm because Smosh actually performed one of those acapella theme songs. They did the Pokemon theme.
At the time when Smosh was still relevant, you mean?
Yeah. While Smosh was still relevant.
Yeah. They have been the #1 of YouTube once.
They were, and now one of the main guys is actually leaving. So an era ends. Kinda. Indeed. It's kinda already ended, but point being, the media I've consumed this week.
Also, don't shake so much.
I'm not. It's because my leg is hitting the table.
Yes,
so
it is.
Let me back away a little bit.
Whoa, yeah, there are a lot of earthquakes over there in LA.
A lot more things would be shaking, if you know what I mean, if it was an earthquake.
My innocent mind has absolutely no idea what you meant, and the visual aid to the joke you were making were completely undecipherable. I'm pretty much sure nobody would see anything not innocent in this idea what might be shaking if there would be an earthquake. Continue. What was the media you consumed this week? Wow, I ran this joke into the ground hard, didn't I?
You crendored that joke, man. Christ. But no, as a little mini bite too, before I get to my main thing, I was watching Rebel Taxi, and he was talking about some new modern shows, and there's this show that I really want to check out, and it's on Netflix, and it's animated by the same people who do Robot Chicken, called Buddy Thunderstruck, which is about these two ferrets that drive trucks, race trucks.
Probably not a Netflix original, is it?
It's a Netflix original.
It's not a Netflix original? Then it has a realistic chance to come to Germany soon.
Yeah.
Because Netflix is good distributing their own stuff, but they... German Netflix. We had this topic. Go on. Go on. I don't want to rage again.
I've seen some clips of it, and it looks funny. One of my favorite jokes is that this one girl is having her store closed down, and Buddy is like... "Oh, Darla, I'm so sorry. I was blinded to your plight." And then he tells his friend, "Get a bunch of ice. We'll freeze Darla until she can awaken in a better time." And I'm like, I kind of really love this person. Yeah, they're Hicks, so they have the accent kind of thing going on. But anyway, my main thing is that I rediscovered someone that I listened to a long time ago, and then I forgot.
Oh, you were not talking about me. Okay, continue.
No, I listen to you all the time, you doofus. Bo Burnham.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh my goodness, I'm actually surprised. Bo Burnham is a comedy comedy singer and songwriter. And he was actually one of the first people to make it big off YouTube. I think he first started posting songs and stuff in 2007 or 8. And
whoa,
then
this is like, I don't even know when YouTube started, but it was 2006, 2007. So he was.
YouTube started in 2005.
Oh, okay, but still a pioneer because it first needed to take off before. So being there since 2008.
Yeah, and he got picked up and started doing stand-up and stuff. And I listened to a lot of his music from his. Especially his What album, but some of his earlier stuff. And he's just he's not just funny. It's not like Weird Al absurdity funny. He has this self-awareness to his humor that I just love. Because some of his stuff is not laugh out loud funny. It's actually, it makes you think kind of funny.
Ugh.
And, well, I mean, because he has this self-awareness of a great example, one of my favorite songs from him, it's at the end of his What tour, and it's a song called We Think We Know You, and he's saying that's the end of the show, and I should have ended it on a higher note, and then it intersplices with these 3 different voices, this girl who knew him in high school, who didn't pay any attention to him, but now, because he's famous, wants to be hey, you should totally come out with us, oh my god. And then there's an agent who's you should, people don't like this introspective stuff. Make a funny song about Facebook or something. And then there's this one, douchebag dude who's you totally changed, bro, after getting famous. And he starts cutting up the audio, he keeps pointing to the different parts, and they get cut up into phrases. And then it cuts to, he points to all 3 of them, and it goes, We think we know you. And he builds it up into this epic song. And I'm like, wow, this is actually really good. It's not just funny music, it's legitimately good music. But I kind of fell out of it simply because attention span of a lab rat. But I rediscovered him because he was just in my suggested feed, and I was like, what has he been doing? And apparently he had a tour in the fall of 2016 called Make Happy. And listening to the music, he's just so... It's his big running thing throughout the tour is just he wants to make people happy because that's the one thing he can't give himself. And he's talking about I don't know how to describe it. It's one of those things where you have to listen to it, and it's really, really intense at some parts because he's I'm not a doctor, I'm just here to put on a silly show, so I'm just going to talk about funny things. But one of my favorite songs from him that is just straight up comedy is it's one of his earlier songs called Words, Words, Words. The song is nothing but puns and wordplay, and one of my favorite parts was gay dads blow pops, another sucker. Oedipus was the first motherfucker. And I've been quoting that around the house, and no one knows what I'm talking about. And I'm just flopping around saying that. And it's great.
You troglodyte.
I am a troglodyte, but
and nobody
it's
knows
really
what this means either.
Yeah, no one knows that either. But if anyone wants to go check out Bo Burnham, I think his Make Happy show is actually a Netflix exclusive, so you can go on Netflix and watch it. And I think his entire What comedy show is on his YouTube channel. So
let me get what is not on German Netflix.
Oh, this is going to be a great show. Yeah, German Netflix sucks. I've been there, and oh my god, you guys don't have anything.
Well, he gives me BoJack. Wait, there is Bo Burnham. I click it, and oh my god,
Yes,
it's there.
You were. I honestly think this is one of those comedy people I think you would really like, Max.
He kind of reminds me. He's not the guy animated James made this one parody with, is it?
No, it was the one where it's like he's in Sugar Cube Corner. Yeah, that's just a puppet.
Because the entire setup with him at the piano with his shirt and the microphone looked very much the same. So, okay. I put it on my list. I am going to watch it. Unbelievable.
Yeah. One other funny.
While I'm on Netflix, what was the name of the ferret thing?
Buddy Thunderstruck.
Buddy. Oh, it's there as well. It's there as well.
Yes, one other a song that I think you would particularly like, Max, is a song called "From God's Perspective." I forgot which show it's from because he has like 4 albums, but like it's basically he's singing a song from God's perspective, and God is just like, "You're not going to heaven. You are all terrible people." It's funny as fuck. I love it. But yeah, he still has his videos on his Bo Burnham YouTube channel and everything.
Wait, you will probably provide me with a link, or
yeah, and it's really interesting. He's one of the sharpest tools in the shed that I've seen from YouTube.
In the little bit description for everybody on YouTube watching.
Yeah, so I guess now we get to Q&A.
What? Already? This is weird. We've never been so quick.
Our media things in our week were just nicely compact stories.
Have I not done anything else? I did not continue playing StarCraft. I continued watching Dr. House.
I mean, one thing that I saw, the thing is, I know you're not a spoiler person, so I'm just going to say that I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen the new opening.
Spoilers!
I've seen the opening for the new... Will you shut up?
It's a reflex. I can't stop myself. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to describe them. I'm just saying what I've seen.
Okay.
Seen the opening for the new DuckTales show, and it looks great. And I've seen the season 3 opening for Star vs. the Forces of Evil. I'm kind of mixed on it.
But yeah,
that was it. That so hard?
Scrooge McDuck is what's his face? David. Not David. Tenth Doctor.
David Tennant. He's the doctor.
Tennant. Awesome.
Yes, and freaking you wouldn't care, but one of my favorite voice actors from Cartoon Network is actually voicing in there as the green hooded duck.
Louis.
Huey. Yeah, he's played by Bobby Moynihan, the one funny person to come out of modern SNL. Another thing I'm going to recommend for people to watch, especially since Steven is on hiatus again and they're not telling us when it's coming back. The show that has been in production, for at least in limbo of production for the longest time, that's made by one of the co-creators of Steven Universe, Eden Jones Quartzy, called OKKO, is finally out, and it is an adorable TV show, and I love it. So go check that out.
OKKO.
Yeah, it's like if Dragon Ball went into a shopping plaza. It's great.
The question is, what kind of shopping closet are we talking? What's the one with the fashion?
Not like a fashion mall, or it's like just a plaza, but it's like all the characters are based off like Dragon Ball and Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat and stuff. It's funny and it's cute and it's really cool. Like some of the earlier shorts that they released on the Cartoon Network website as a way to introduce things. Some of them were animated by the internet studio of Studio Yada, which has done a lot of stuff for like Egoraptor, Rubber Ninja, and Ninja Sex Party and Star Bomb and stuff. They're really, really talented animators.
Okay.
Yeah, so go check it out because it's always good to see a show that's been in like the pilot pipeline for so long and finally come out. It's like, it's a very it's a cathartic feeling.
Oh well. But yeah, I guess given how many lightning rounds we had to do with the Q&A the last 2 weeks, I guess it's actually fair that we spend a little bit of time answering questions.
Yes. Can I pick the first question?
Sure.
Okay. Why does ANY hate fun? By Chuggle Debuggle.
Very easy. I'm German. That was
And
easy.
why do you play video games and watch cartoons? Those are fun.
I don't watch them for the fun part. I'm more watching them for like video games, for example. Most of them have some kind of brutality to them. I mean, Mario basically take Mario. Mario is jumping on those poor little Goombas, and he's smashing their head in to a degree where they are flattened. I mean, the brutality, and you don't see the gore, but if you start thinking about it, you know the gore. The gore is strong with that one. Well, also, I mean, what was the other thing? Cartoons. I mean, cartoons are like the brutal ones. Have you ever seen an anvil fall on a cartoon character's head? This is like, imagine it, the pain and the suffering. And the good thing is they don't die, so they can continue to suffer.
It's like that one. It's like that one Greek legend of the guy who gets his liver picked out by vultures, and the liver keeps growing back.
But yeah, Prometheus actually.
Was that the name of the guy?
I believe Prometheus was because Prometheus. This is a punishment to Prometheus because he was actually a Titan and he took the fire from the gods and gave it to the humans so that the humans could actually survive. And I assume that's why Prometheus, the movie, is called Prometheus, because those are the guys who basically gave the humans everything. Kind of.
Okay, then. So,
very deep and
yeah, there you go. That Chuggle, that's why ANY hates fun. He's German, and all Germans hate fun, so Tricky hates fun, and whoever else you know that's German.
Yep, that's a given fact. I guess I pick one for you now.
Oh wait, I have like a little add-on question to that. If you hate fun, what about this podcast? Is this podcast not fun to you at all? To hang out with me and everything?
Suffering, poor suffering. I do it for the clicks.
Pick your next question, you freaking troglodyte.
Hey Key from Crimson Rain 1199. Do you know Mystery Skulls? Oh wow, nobody knows Mystery Skulls.
Do I know Mystery Skulls? Do I know Mystery Skulls?
I have no idea.
You know Mystery Skulls. One of the few things in your good stuff playlist is a. Yeah, there you go.
I have no idea. What are you referring to? So what are Mystery Skulls again?
They're just a little known band. No one really knows about them. They're underground.
Yeah.
God, I can't do that for too long. My neck starts to hurt. No, I know Mystery Skulls. I love their music. It's really good. Of course, I love Mystery Ben's animations for them, even though they take years.
I wonder why. Have they taken any inspiration from something you personally like, or why would you enjoy their animations so much?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know
neither.
what you're talking about. I don't have an obsession. Shut up.
Especially since I don't know what Mystery Skulls actually are, so I can't
They're
know
a
this.
band? They're a band, but
Yeah.
like my favorite song from them is "Money," which is actually Mystery Ben did do a video of, but it was of Ace Attorney characters, not the characters that you see in like Ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, I saw them actually. Wasn't Mystery Skulls also the one who did parodies of those the other rhythm games? And the guy did the. I mean, Mystery Skulls is a music video to this band, which also nobody knows because everybody just knows the animation.
Mystery Skulls is the name of the band.
Oh, it is. Oh, right. Ghost is the name of the
Mystery Ben
song.
is the animator.
Yeah, and Ghost is the name of the song. At least the first one. I mean,
The name
aren't there?
of the song is Ghost, and then the next animation that they released was Freaking Out.
And the third one, I believe, came out recently.
I don't think it's come out yet at all.
It hasn't?
You may be confusing it that another person made an animatic of one of their other songs called Magic. But if it did come out, then thanks, YouTube Subbox. You did not tell me, even though I have Mystery Bed on notifications, because you guys all suck. By the way, people on YouTube, make sure to click the little notification bell for these things, because God knows with how long ANY's hiatus was, we're probably not appearing in your boxes.
Yep. Then again, I believe the people who actually catch this podcast already rediscovered me. We need to tell this to people who can't see us, which will be tricky,
true.
I guess, for reasons.
Well,
Anyway, pick the next one.
Yeah. I got to pick the next one.
Yeah.
From Daniel Woodward. What were your childhood television shows?
How far back are we going?
I'm gonna start with like the show I watched when I was a kid, like pre 10-year-old kid. Shut up, there was more than that. Pre 10-year-old kid, and then
Oh yeah, there was also Mystery Incorporated.
that was adolescence onward. So shut up. Actually, the shows I remember watching a lot as a little kid was Danny Phantom.
You see, this was adolescence for me.
Life and Times of Juniper. Well, I was not teetering on like maybe 9 or something. I don't know. I need to look at the dates. But the shows I definitely remember watching as a kid are like Fairly Odd Parents and reruns, because I had a lot of rerun stuff. Batman the Animated Series and The Real Ghostbusters. I watched that since I was a little kid. And then Disney stuff. But the Aladdin TV show. That was the other one.
Good, yeah.
You thought I was going to Scooby-Doo, but no, I watched a lot of Disney Afternoon.
Funny fact, Disney Afternoon basically aired in Germany on Saturday morning, so before noon. But yeah, I watched them like Goof Troop, Aladdin, Ariel, Bonkers Deluxe. What else was in this? I liked it as a kid.
Yeah, it doesn't age well.
Yeah, I was one of those kids. What else was running there?
You're still one of those kids.
Then stuff like, which was probably bigger in Europe, I don't know, Smurfs, like the cartoons. Was something
I watched Smurfs. They would have like hour-long blocks of them on Boomerang.
Then what? I'm trying to differentiate between child stuff and adolescent stuff, because, well, your stuff that was new during your childhood was a little bit more my adolescence time, except the reruns maybe. Thundercats.
Yeah, Thundercats.
I even recall watching Samurai Pizza Cats when I was very, very young. Then a few years later, while I still was a child, I rediscovered it and I was like, what crap is that? How could I enjoy this as a child? This is so stupid. Oh, Chip and Dale. Sorry?
Oh no, keep going.
Yeah, Chip and Dale.
Räuberdiebe
gehen auf Ganoventur.
Yeah, we know exactly why you watched Rescue Rangers, Maxie. We know exactly.
Auf ihrer Spur ist der Fall auch schwer, der Weg auch weit, sie sind stets für dich bereit. Ritter des Rechts, die Bösen geht es schlecht, sie lösen jeden Fall, was sie auch tun. Sorry, I got carried away there.
But, like, I guess adolescent age, the stuff that I watched was,
I'm not even done with childhood yet. I spent a lot of time during my childhood on my ass in front of the television. I had the Super Mario Brothers show. I had the Zelda TV show. Excuse me, princess. And as a Nintendo child, I was like, oh yeah, the bomb. Oh yeah, the shield. Oh yeah, that's so cool. I had no taste at all as a
I
child.
feel bad for you.
No taste.
But no, but like adolescence, I watched a lot of Toonami. So I watched Sailor Moon and
Obviously.
um, uh, Alchemist. What was the name of that show?
Full Metal
It's the kid.
Alchemist?
Yeah, I watched Full Metal Alchemist. Great show to watch when you're 11 years old.
I just wanted to say, this is not necessary. I watched this show in my early teens and it got to me.
I watched it because I didn't. The thing, keep in mind, I watched Law and Order and like the crime TV shows with my mom a lot.
I watched
so
those with my parents as well.
I was desensitized to it. I was like, huh, cool. I never watched Naruto. I didn't discover Naruto till I was like 16, and that was from a Nintendo DS game, not the actual anime. Then actual Western cartoons. God, the thing was, I guess it was just me discovering Animaniacs and Freakazoid and stuff. I don't know how my entire childhood I didn't see any of the Spielberg cartoons.
Oh, I actually did. I watched Bugs Bunny, Tiny Toons. What else was there? Freakazoid, I discovered it sometimes, but I never really. I kind of continued misting it, and I actually marathoned it like, I don't know, 5-6 years ago. But I knew it was a thing when I was a child.
Yeah, but yeah, so I could list off. I watched a lot of. There was one other cartoon, and I feel bad that I forgot it because it's actually on my top 10 of cartoon inspirations. Angry Beavers. I watched that when I was a little kid into teenagerhood. That is one of those Nick shows next to Invader Zim that I'm just like, it is unfair how this show is treated by its network because it's so good.
Angry Beavers.
It's like I think that's what made me fall in love with improv comedy. That should fall in love with improv comedy because you can tell that they recorded in the same room when they were recording stuff because they would get lines wrong all the time and they would keep them in. One of my favorite ones is it was an episode where Dag was acting like a dad, and it was annoying Norbert to no end, and Norbert was like, "This isn't a dam! No, wait, it is a dam!" And I can't, out of every memory in my mind, when I get old and I forget everyone's name, I'm just going to remember that one quote for the rest of my life. That's going to be the words on my deathbed. I love that show. We spent a lot of time on that question.
Yes. Huh.
What?
Nelson Demifer. What is the weirdest thing you ever ate, and would you eat it again?
I have an answer, but it's not kosher for the stream, so
Oh my! What the hell? But then again, what makes it weird? I mean,
I'm not going to explain it on the stream.
huh. Can you describe it in an analogy?
Have you ever had goat milk? Like, it's kind of like just having what is the same thing but from a different specimen than what you are usually used to.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm just making shit up. I'm just making shit up because I wanted to catch the chat off. But no, the weirdest thing I've ever had. That's the thing. I kind of stay away from weird food. I guess actually the thing would be that chicken curry pizza that we had that was way too expensive that we got from when we ordered out when we were watching Heathers. That was like this big, and it was really good. I was surprised with how good it tasted, but God, we should not have paid that.
The second part of the question: would you eat it again?
Oh, fuck yeah! I wouldn't pay that much, but I would eat it again.
I don't really know. The thing is that I often, when somebody suggests anything weird that is not outright gross but just weird, I just oh yeah, sure, I taste it, which got me into liking coffee with strawberry syrup. You see, this is the kind of thing. So, maybe give context. So we had a board game group who was meeting on a regular basis back in the day when I still was living in Aachen, and I also had a little bit of a cocktail bar, an entire bar, not the pathetic thing like I don't know how much spirits I have at the moment, but it's pathetic, and I don't have any syrups. I had an actual cocktail bar, like I had 3 cupboards full of spirits, of other ingredients like syrups and what else you could throw in there. Obviously, I bought the juice fresh every time, and and we also like to drink coffee. So on one board game night, he was like, he had his coffee, and he was like, sugar is getting boring, and he was taking the strawberry syrup, and he was like, whatever. And he was like, hey, this actually tastes good. And I was like, hey, I want to taste this now. And then we started pouring everything into coffee. And strawberry coffee, totally would drink it again. So as long as something...
to experience a lot of things that involve strawberries, because there's this in strawberry Fanta.
Oh yeah, also, absolutely. But if you suggest something that is not outright gross, I would probably taste it. And I often enough end up liking those kind of things.
Well, there you go. Let's see. Okay, this was another one from Chuggle, because Chuggle makes the best questions.
Hey.
As someone who just graduated high school, how was high school for you guys? You know what? That's my explanation. It was like, okay, freshman year sucked because in middle school, no one liked me. And so it bled into freshman year. Sophomore year was a little bit better. And then junior year, I think people started to like me. But then I had to leave senior year when people actually were like, hey, Chrissy's actually a cool person. But there was that era of time where everyone was like, oh, you're the fat chick that everyone hangs out with. Like, no, you're the fat chick that the skinny girls hang out with to make them look more skinny. And I'm like, at least I have a purpose. Thanks, buddies. And then senior year, like the little amount of time that I spent in my first school, it was actually fine. People were like, hey, you're actually cool. And maybe we were being dicks the whole time. I'm like, thanks. Then I had to move. And no one knew me. And I was just kind of the outsider. And that year just sucked for so many reasons. School was the least of my worries. But school was just like that obstacle. And it's weird. I always did well in school. I'm not a dumb person. I actually was like top grade point averages and top marks all the time. And that didn't change. But it was just like... I just never enjoyed school, and I'm glad. I just hated school so much. But I don't know. Like, if you're talking about the years, it's like, but I don't want to relive high school ever again. I'm never doing 21 Jump Street. I'm out of there, and I'm never going back.
Well, how was high school? Long ago, I would say. Very long ago. I have to actually... be very careful to figure out what happened during apprenticeship, college, earlier in school. I mean, high school is basically the end of school, right? Before you go to college.
Yeah.
So I guess it's Oberstufe in German. How was it? Fun fact, I also switched schools. Back in the day, we had 13 years of school in Germany, and I switched from... the 10th to the 11th school. I was at the boarding school until 10th grade included. And so for the last 3 years, which is basically the high school of Germany, I switched to a school in my hometown. And so I started out as a new guy as well, but was a pretty cool time. It was nothing amazing. I always managed to be... I was never one of the cool kids. However, I also was never the practice dummy. So I was just. The funny thing is, I could do good with everybody. I had some friends who were like the little nerds who usually got picked on, but I also was on good terms with I mean, I was on neutral terms with most of the cool kids, but some of the actually part of the cool kids were still cool. Like I had a friend in high school, Alex. We stayed friends for a long time, and he was actually more hanging out with the cool kids, but he had his nerdy streak, and we probably connected about this over this. Um, so yeah, just hanging out. What did I do anything particular in that time? I learned dancing. I got my motorcycle. What else did I do in this time? I believe I started martial arts later, so this doesn't count. This was during studies, I believe. But yeah, it was a chill time. Doing well in school. I probably could have been what was it, grade A student as well, but I was
Yeah.
as I am today. I was a lazy fuck, so therefore I did not make top scores. I did very good. I got a lot of B's, and in the subject I was really good, and even a few A's. But without doing a lot. So and I was like, yeah, B's are cool. I can work with it. And so
So if someone made a movie about your high school life, would it be a B movie?
Pretty much, yes, it would.
I'm more proud of myself for that joke than I probably should have the right to be.
Yes, totally.
But I mean, like at least in high school, like the good things I could say is that that's what got me into musical theater, which made me take singing and acting a lot more seriously. And I started in middle school, but I got a lot more into developing my art and stuff. And in senior year, I was able to take my new school. I was able to take like. Keep in mind, it was one of those schools where you can make your own schedule, and I'm like, yes. And so for like 3 out of my 4 semesters, it was pretty much 6 periods of art classes, and that was heavenly. So yeah, Good question. Don't make me relive that again.
Yeah. There's another great one I want to keep for next week because it might take a little bit longer, but I have one short one and then we can wrap it up.
Can you highlight the one so I can actually see it?
The one I want to do next time?
Yes.
I think this one is cool. This way we even have a little bit of time to consider it. One by Cyborg.
That's a good one for next week.
Yeah, because we will probably ramble about this one for 20 minutes at least.
Yes.
But yeah, wait, I saw one earlier. They're here from Shadow Mist Vintage. Favorite unhealthy snack and why?
You go first.
Skittles. I mean, I probably don't need to explain why it is unhealthy because a coworker brought this week, had a few packages of Skittle, and because of my workout, I look at what I actually eat and I look at how much sugar is in it, and I don't eat stuff with sugar in it at the moment, which kind of reduced my entire diet. I only ate stuff with sugar in it all the time. So, but yeah, then I was like, I don't think I can eat those. Let me check. And I took one of the bags and I read the little description thingy, and 100 gram of Skittles have 92 gram of sugar in it. Skittles is literally sugar. It is just sugar.
I mean, what did you... I would feel bad for you, but what did you expect?
I absolutely expected this, but seeing it black and white, 92 gram sugar in her 100 gram Skittles was like, on the one hand, I absolutely know why I love this shit. On the other hand, I also know why I can't eat it at the moment with my diet.
Oh god, you know what, dude? Because I have to cut out sugar from my diet too. Like, fuck. The day we get into BronyCon, let's just make that a cheat day and let's just buy a giant bag of Skittles from the airport, please.
Sounds about right. Also, whoa. Okay, you have been frozen. Now you are unfrozen, and now everything is. No, you. Okay, I believe we are back now.
I was going to say, I fucking love Skittles too, and you know the reason why. But I guess my other unhealthy snack that I like. It's so sad when I say it because it's like I can't eat this stuff anymore. So it's like it's me remembering something long past. It's flaming hot Cheetos. I love spicy food, and flaming hot Cheetos are like the worst thing for you. They're deep fried chips covered in salt and spice, and I'm like, I love them. I will take a bag of them and just eat them throughout the week. They are so good. And Brett worries about me because because there was one time where I would eat a bag all the time. And both my dad and Brett both think that I'll get stomach ulcers because how much I like spicy food and how many Cheetos that I used to eat of that stuff. But yeah, so that's my unhealthy snack.
Well, and with those splendid advices for what not to eat, I would say we call it a day. This was 1 hour of, me and her and wandering and random drivel. So, this is ANY.
And this was awkward. See you soon.